This is your homework for tonight. Most classes we finished number 1, or all the classes we did. Number 2, not every class we did not fit any do this. So 2,800 calories a day. The chart below shows choice in food and its calories. So additionally, the table provides percentage person needs for each food type a day. If 4 people you need to feed for 4 days, how much each type food would you need to buy? So anytime you have a percent, you need to turn into decimal. And you're going to multiply something to it. In this case, it's this 2,800. Okay. So multiply it. Use your calculator. You get, I didn't realize these were here. 0.35 times 2,800, 980. Divide that by this right here, 240. I'm gonna 245. I'm gonna do the next one first. You get 4. And 0.65 times 2,800 equals to 1,820. Divide that by 364. Get 5. Okay, we're gonna feed 4 people. You're gonna feed 4 people for 4 days. 4 days. So for 4 people for 1 day, you multiply that by 4. You need 16 and 20 of each of these items. And then for 4 days, you need to multiply that by 4. You get 64 here, you get 80 here. So how much of each type of food? So you must buy 64 veggie bowls and 80 pieces of steak. Oops, spelled the wood steak instead of the steak you eat. If you bought 74, if your mom bought 74 pieces of steak, you need 80. So you would tell your mom she has to buy 2 more. I would tell my mom, she needs to buy, how many more? She needs 80, only 74, so she needs 6 more, right? Subtract that, you get 6. Buy 6 more pieces of steak. And she bought 78 bowls of veggie. Woo! She overbought. She only needs 64, right? So she overbought by how much? 14? Well, she might as well bring 14 of the veggie bowl back to the grocery store. And she must return 14 bowls of veggies. Okay, well, she can do it in one shot. Okay, now see if a veggie were 200 calories a bowl. A means time. 2 times and plus steaks were 700 calories a piece. It should be piece here. So 700 times A is the same thing as each. Write an equation to find how much of each food you must consume each day to get your needed total calories per day. Your needed calories for a day is, on this problem, is 2,800. So that has to equal to 2,800. X be the number of bowls. X is the number of bowls. And Y be the pieces of steaks. Number of steaks you must eat, then graph. Okay, so X is bowls, so each bowl is X of veggies, and pieces of steak is Y. So X and Y go here. And you use x-intercept. X-intercept, you pretend Y doesn't exist. So x-intercept is 200x equals to this here. Mistake. I see my mistake. Here I need to put 2,800. And my y-intercept, pretend x is not there, so you get 700y equals to 2,800. Okay, so then you divide by 200. X equals to 14. And divide by 700. Y equals to 4. So let's graph x. X is 14. So we're going to label x by 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So x is 14. Y is 4, so we can number the y by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect the dots. That's your graph. Okay, some class. Okay, it says scatter plot, draw a line of best fit. Then answer. Here's your line of best fit. Everyone can be different, as long as it's in the middle of those dotted lines. So it's important that you know how to draw your line of best fit. This one here would be here, okay? And then here, right in the middle of these, here, and this one's here. Graph it where it connects most. Okay, like that. All right, so your line of best fit. Let's answer these questions. Does there be a linear association to the above graph? Yes, there is. We can draw a line of best fit. So state the association. It is positive because it's going positive. This is a positive association. Because as fat grams, these are fat grams, goes up, increases. Increases. Calories also goes up. And calories. How many food were surveyed? Okay, how many dots? 1, and how do you know? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 is the outlier here. 11 types because of the dots. What are the coordinates for the outlier? Oh, here's the outlier. The coordinate is 25 and, let's see, what is it? 250, 275. That's 275. No, it's between. That's 300. This is 275, 325 in between there, okay? So 300. So 25 and 300. Find the median of the fat grams. So let's start. Median of the fat grams. Okay, we're looking at here. Fat gram. Medium is middle number, 10. It's 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. There's nothing in 14. So there's 2 in 15. That's one of the modes. So 15. That one. That's 17. 18, there's none. 19, there's none. 20, there's one of them. And 21, 22, and here's 23. The median. What is the mean? So we add them all up, divided by the 11 types of food. So you can always use your calculator, add them. 10 plus, add these all together. 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 2 50s, 50 plus 50, 15 plus 15 I mean, plus 17 plus 20 plus 22 plus 23. And you divide 158 by 11, you get 14.4 as the mean. Okay, we did this in class for most classes. This one's a better graph because the line is closer to all the dots. This one is a better graph because the line is, you need to write better because the dots are all closer to the line, to this line right here. Okay. Oh, we drew the line of best fit. And instead of finding the mean, we're finding the slope of your line. So each of you may have a different answer than me. So I'll give you an example. So here I need to see y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Your slope can be different. It doesn't have to, you can choose slopes that hit the lines right there, the top. Or you can use that as your x sub 1. So this is 5, 5. This is x sub 1, y sub 1, and 10, 10 is x sub 2, y sub 2. Or in my case here, I did not pick one that's on the dots that's there, so I can choose a dot. So all of you may have a different answer than me. So this is 2.5. Each time it's increasing by 2.5. That's 7.5. That's 12.5. That's 17.5. It's 22.5. Okay. All right. So I can choose this one. Okay, that's 12.5 and 12.5. And I can choose another dot. Let's say 20. This is x sub 1, y sub 1. 20 and right here, 9. And then you find the rate of change, x sub 2, y sub 2. So all of you can have a different answer because you all have a different line of best fit. But that's okay. M equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So your y sub 2 is 9 minus this. So it's 9 minus 12.5. Negative 3.5 over 12, which is 2. 20 minus 20 minus 12.5, right? So you get 7.5. Now divide, okay, you cannot have decimals within a fraction. Doesn't make sense. So you use your calculator, divide 3.5 divided by 7.5. You get 4.6 repeating. Zero 0.4666 repeating. So your rate of change is 0.47. This 6 repeating change to the and that's your answer, okay? So for the rest, that's what you do. You use your graph and you do 5, 5, and you do, okay, this is a good one. That's 2.5. That's 7.5. So 7.5 and 2.5. Okay, and then you do y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Okay, and all of you can have different answers than me. This is x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. 2.5 minus 5, you get negative 2.5. X sub 2 is 7.5 minus 5. Get 2.5. Okay, so divide that, you get negative 1. So your slope here is negative 1. And you do the last one the same way. Okay, I'm going to choose 5 and 10. That's one of them. And then I'm going to choose 2 and I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to choose 10 and 20 right there. I don't need to use the one that's already dotted. I can use my graph. Okay, and that one is 10 and 20. X sub 2, y sub 2. Okay, then find slope. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So your y's is 20 minus 10. And then your x's is this and that. 10 minus 5. So you get 5. So your slope or your rate of change is 2. Okay, and that's how you do those. But depending on your line, you're going to use your line. You're not going to use mine. Okay, your family business selling tile for people to make their farm look beautiful. They rent their building for the store. The tile store is this plus electricity cost. So there's no each, so 850 plus. Okay, which one gets no a month and each plus we have and each tile costs your family $2. Okay, so this is a cost. Okay, plus $2 each. So you get 900, right? Yeah, no, 1,000 plus 2x equals to y. And this is 1,000. Okay, your family sells each tile for this much. So this is their income. Okay, to find a break-even point, they're both in slope-intercept form, so you use substitution. So that means you're going to copy this, 1,000 plus 2x. I'm going to make it copy this. Equals to x minus 2x. Okay, if x is 100, determine the break-even point and find what it, and then you find y. So we're going to use this 3x right here. So you put 1,000 in there, times the 3, you get 3,000 is your y. That means that you make $0. You don't need to explain it. 7, most classes I wrote this wrong. So we did a lot of this in class. 8 is pretty much the same thing as the first one. So you need to read. In most classes we did this, so the rest I need you to know. 200x plus 600 y equals the total of 2,400. Most students got this. So it's the same as the front. Most classes I finished this one. So make sure you use the x-intercept, and then, and then the y-intercept, okay? And then graph. Make sure you label it, and that's it. All right, most classes I did this, so